Greetings everyone, my name is Greg. In this video I am going to do a reaction to Westboro Baptist Church parodies of different songs, and one of the things I'm extremely doubtful of is that they got permission from the artists to do the parodies of these songs, and I highly doubt that they've actually made any money on it. But it would be something that if one of these artists would feel so inclined to potentially sue Westboro Baptist Church for doing a version of their song, then by all means go for it, because I'll have the link in the description bar below to the Westboro Baptist Church website where this is coming from. That being said, you can see this is where it is. Now, here is the first one that I'll do. I'm not going to do the whole song because I just don't have the patience for that.
Wrath of God from heaven shown, God's storms they are a-blowing. You chase your sin and idols full of pride. Lying preachers every town, your souls with sin are bound. Pray God will change your mind, 'cause mama lied. Fornication is your style, now transgender is your child. Your mama failed to warn you what's in store. With no Bible Sunday learning, to adultery you've been turning, till God now isn't blessing anymore. Now you face a fiery prison, eternity without parole. Only God can steer you right, 'cause mama lied,
Alright, that's enough of that bullshit. Now let me point out something that obviously these idiots don't realize. As I've said in a previous video and in other videos, the Ten Commandments only apply to those that are Jewish. Now, just to clarify, because I know there are stupid Christians that watch my videos, when I say the Ten Commandments do not apply to everyone, that is the truth. This doesn't mean that anyone can go around doing any crime they want because, well, they're living in this country, the United States, and they still have to obey the laws of the land of this country. So, and that's the laws that you would be having to deal with. The aspect of fornication and so forth doesn't matter, and no more than not going to church would matter, or not believing in a God, or any of the other stupid shit that is in the laws to the Jews. It simply doesn't apply. However, the next that I'm going to play part of actually comes from a song from Prince, Purple Rain, and here is part of that.
I never knew there'd be so much sorrow. Never knew there'd be so much pain.
I never knew these people would be so horrible at singing. But I'm going to try to stomach through this.
I live my life in sin and laughter. All I want to do is one of hell's awful pain, eternal pain, suffering, eternal pain, suffering.
Alright, that's all I can deal with of that shrill voice. It's just, they must be tone deaf. The thing is, this isn't even biblically accurate what they're trying to say. Just because I'm a bit of a prick when it comes to the actual facts regarding the Bible. Yes, I'm aware in the New Testament you have this lake of fire bullshit. The thing is, in the Old Testament, the word hell typically, in all the cases where hell appears in the Old Testament, it is the same Hebrew word, and that being Sheol. Because let's just start with Deuteronomy 32:22. For the fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn in the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundation of the mountains. And in the Hebrew, that word hell is Sheol, which is the underworld or the grave. There simply was not a place of burning in the Old Testament. There was only one reference to a place of burning, but it was not ever termed hell. It is Jeremiah 32:35, and it is, and just because I want you to really see this, and they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and daughters to pass through the fire unto Moloch, which I commanded them not. Neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. If people want to try and use this stupid bullshit of hell and threatening people and all that happy jazz, then they really need to use the term, get their head out of their ass. Now, this picture is one that I had made. It's, to use the term, it's a meme that I had created because of what I term Jigsaw Jesus. The how far is too far. That is a take on the, if your hand offends you, cut it off, or if your eye offends you, pluck it out, or if your foot offends you, that stupid shit in Mark 9, where Jesus tried talking about this fire of hell and so forth, where the fire quenches not. The thing is, where he was ultimately referring to was Jeremiah 32:35, which is rather ironic given the fact that it was termed an abomination by the God. It simply doesn't work as far as trying to say that this was the God's idea. However, I'm going to try to stomach a few more of these horrible, and I mean horrible,
Directions, destruction's what you're after. Cruel scoffers, blind to deadly danger. Sin will bring eternal fire, burning down the house. No lights, can't see the party's over. That's right, you're in for nasty weather. Soon will come the judgment day, burning down the house. Here to tell you God hates back, time to listen to the Lord. Your destruction is near.
to just point out something right there. They said 2,400 degrees. Human skin ignites at about, I think it's 400 and some degrees Celsius, which is about 800 or so degrees Fahrenheit. So, and I would be very curious where they get this supposed temperature. I'd love to see any fact checking that could be done. But, be that as it may, you wouldn't feel it. Even if, to use the playing along with their stupidity, even if such would exist, if you're thrown in there, anybody that knows anything about fire and when things are burned, there is a pocket of hot air above the fire, and if you would have something that would be of that temperature with human skin, you wouldn't even get to it before you would totally ignite and essentially killing you. So, and the idea of, as like I've heard some Muslims say, if God would replenish your skin, well, the problem with that is that skin, flesh, ignites into a ball of fire at around 800 degrees. So you wouldn't have any. It would be absolutely meaningless for a god to try and replenish the skin that would be ignited. It would just be meaningless. But it would also be sadistic as hell, even assuming such bullshit would be possible. But, like I've said, I don't know, I've never tried contacting the talking heads, but that would be something that I would be damn curious if any of the artists could or would sue Westboro Baptist Church for copyright infringement. Because there's other, you can check this out yourself, but I would say definitely don't be looking for this to sound, oh God. Oh God. How's that hard to see? Standing in your first life. Alright, that's all I can deal with of that. Oh God. If you're gonna check out this page, don't come to this page looking for good music or good singing, because you're really barking up the wrong tree. But one of the things I also want to draw to your attention is a bit of stupidity that is along the side here. The soldiers God has killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, 6,894. I would be curious where they get their numbers. Pickets conducted by Westboro Baptist Church, 58,279. Yeah, they're pieces of shit. Cities visited by these fucking clowns, 994. Now, I'm just curious, and I'm going to pull up where you guys can actually see this, because it says here, pickets conducted, 58,000. And then cities visited, divide that by 994. That would mean they're doing 58.63 pickets per city. I would be curious if that can be fact-checked, because I would tend to bet they don't stick around a city long enough to do that shit. But one of the things you'll notice is there's one that is counting, and that is people whom God has cast into hell since you loaded this page. It is absolute bullshit. Because for one, there is no evidence that God exists. And for two, if you're going by the God of the Bible, you're talking about the type of hell that they're referring to, which is a takeoff on the Christian bullshit. It doesn't exist. Because the God called it a sin, an abomination, something that never entered his mind. Obviously, they haven't read their fucking Bible. Or they seriously cherry pick it. And they're notorious for finding the things in the Old Testament that make the God out to be a nasty prick. There's no denying that. I would be the last one to try and give any kind of defense for the God. No. But the stupid bullshit that these idiots try and put forward, now, it's really, I'm gonna, I guess, torture myself and maybe you with, let's see here. Let's see. This may not last long. Sure as hell ain't lasting no 3 minutes.
I can say there's coming judgment day, and to the stones you will be crying. And he has promised he'll burn this earth away.
Yeah, right. Wow. And these people actually think they can sing. Alright, gotta try it. Notice I'm fairly decent till they start to sing.
Children, this we pray for you. For opened eyes, for Christ to call your name. When you came into the world, we cried with a broken heart. We're dedicating all your days to God, the bread of life to guide you through your trials and your...
Oh, brother. Can you imagine a child that has the misfortune of being born to some of these whack jobs? For one, they're fucked just by DNA and the genetics that they would be unfortunately getting. But to also grow up around these fucking whack jobs. Oh. It just...
Everybody's got sin inside. Depravity controls the preacher's life. You can resist sin as long as you've got a pulse.
Oh, God. Alright, I'm not going to torture you or myself anymore with that stupid shit. But one of the things that, there's very little that I can say regarding Westboro Baptist Church other than they are fucking whacked in the coconut. These people, they're definitely following the Christian banner, but they have taken a spin on Christianity that is absolutely vile. Now, the idea that they are more accurate to what is written than Christians, no. I hate to say it, no, they're not. They also use pretty much the same type of doctrine with Christianity. They simply don't candy coat the thought, crime, and torture. They're more blatantly right there. Yeah, they go along with it. They're all for it. And it's one of the things that I don't know if they don't realize or if they simply are too stupid to get that their Jesus can't be trusted. And I'm checking something because I'm not exactly... There it is. I wasn't exactly sure book, chapter, and verse. And this is something that the Westboro Baptists would most likely, if their Jesus would be real, even if such a person existed, they wouldn't be what if there is something after we die, it wouldn't be what they're encountering. But be that as it may, even going by the character of Jesus, it would probably be saying this to them, or I would be curious from them, how do you know Jesus wouldn't say this to you, type of thing. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name cast out devils, in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. I would be damn curious what they would try to say. Because unlike them, I can point to book, chapter, and verse as to why Jesus wasn't shit. I can also point out, even if a God would exist, how immoral the entire premise of Christianity and the Bible itself is. And I simply put, I'm too moral, and I'm too much of a man to go along with this bullshit. And anyone that would try and threaten me, whatnot, you're not going to get my support with threats. It simply doesn't work that way. I'm not a pussy. I don't bow down to tyrants trying to intimidate. That type of thing only makes me, in a sense, dig my heels in and fight harder. The idea that a person should roll over in the face of a tyrant and so forth. No. You don't roll over in the face of, to use the term, evil. You stand up and fight. And you do so basically with the moral high ground. And that's something Christians can't have because their entire premise is on immoral ground. They don't have any high ground to try and hold on to because the entire basis of the belief system is centered around thought crime and torture. And that, it's morally bankrupt. There's just no other way to put it. But like I said, I'm not going to torture anybody anymore, or myself, with the stupid and sadistic bullshit. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of horrible singing. Okay, maybe I lied. This, I've got to check it. It's 666. You know, this is going to be an interesting one. So this will be the definite last one. And it won't be the full song. Yeah, no 3 minutes. I can't even understand it.
All the yellow kids with the 666, you better run, better run. I said, all the yellow kids with the 666, you better.
Oh, brother. I should have known it was, well, for one, horrible singing, but two, oy vey. All right. On that note, feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Later, people.